Well, hello. All right. And, I'm with Auga. If you could just once, I want you to try it. Just say it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Auga. Wow, that was pretty damn good. Normally I gotta make people say it 3 times and then they'll finally wake up and it's like, oh yeah, okay. So anyways, wonderful. Well, Auga stands for the Autodesk Animation User Group Association. And yeah, there we go. There we go. What are we? We're basically the 3D Animation Society. There used to be a bunch of groups called 3D Studio Max user groups and Maya user groups and Softimage user groups until Autodesk bought them all. And so now we're the Autodesk Animation User Group Association, the world's worst name for a user group. But we have sort of latched onto its acronym, which is AUGA. And so we've had some fun with that. There's currently about 40 plus chapters, and as we identify Rogue, 3D Studio, and Maya user groups and Softimage user groups and others, we invite them in, and we're quickly growing. But we meet monthly to quarterly. Here in Austin, we meet monthly, and like John said, it's the last Tuesday of every month. There's just sort of a map showing you of all the current chapters that we know of. And a short while ago, they got together, and while I was president of the Austin chapter, and nominated me to be the executive president without me knowing. And so now I'm the president of all that, and Shane Davis is now the president in Austin. Cool guy. We are a network that likes to drink. I'm not an alcoholic. And so anyways, but we do. We like to get together and have some fun and hang out and talk about, geeky stuff, all the latest technology and cool stuff that makes us do this. And John says that we're not, in the same, I'm not in the same, but we use the exact same tools. So it's, if you use 3D Studio or you use Maya or you use, one of the other ones, anything 3D, and you like that sort of stuff, you should be coming out. You can come out and have some fun. We really have a lot of fun. Anyways, our main mission is to keep the community working. So we focus a lot on jobs and making sure that everybody gets to know each other. And when I need a sound guy, I know where to go. I know who to call. And or whatever your specialty is. We educate everybody on the latest technology and make sure that everybody stays up to date in Austin. And let people know that, it's one of the few places, a lot of our people are freelancers. They work at home, all alone, for all month long. And this is the one place where they can go and ask a question. I've found a bug. I can't get past it. How do you fix it? And hopefully somebody else in the room, they ran into that 6 months ago and they're like, oh yeah, all you got to do is, hit the X and it's done. And then we create an environment to build lasting friendships, lasting relationships. It's, it's a place where you come and you meet people like yourself. And I've just met the best group of people here in Austin, people that you'd never meet at your current job. And by the way, we have the godfather of the group, Bill Bartoff, is here. And if you don't know Bill, he is the glue that holds our community together. He holds all of us together, and God bless the man. That's, he's awesome. So this spring we put on a road show, and it was a pretty exciting event. It's called Digital Heroes. And what I did was, when they made me the executive president without telling me, I said, okay, well then you're going to do something for me. So I called a bunch of them up and said, I want you to call the 2 coolest people in town. and here's the date that I'm coming on, and we're gonna bring cameras and sound equipment. I really wish I would have had you there, because our sound sucked. Anyways, but we got past it eventually. Anyways, call the two coolest people and have them come. And this was the road trip. So we went, I don't know if you can see that, but for 7 weeks, we got in the bus and drove to 22 different cities, all the way up to Montreal, Canada from here and back. And it was an unbelievably amazing experience. We had 3 people here in Austin that were considered digital heroes, and I'll talk about them in a second. But in each city, there's at least 2 guys, 2 girls, 2 people who are amazing. And so we got a chance to go and interview them. So a number of faces are going to come up. There was 44 in all. But the first 3 are from here in Austin, and so I'm going to go ahead and plug them and mention them. Michael Klug, he is probably the world's leading mind on holographic technology, and he's right here in Austin, and we got to interview him, and if you would come to these meetings, you get a chance to meet people like him. Brad Clark, he worked at Weta on Gollum, and he's a local, character animator god, and he's often at our meetings, and if you're interested in rigging and all of that, he'll teach you. Martin Coven, he worked at ILM on Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean and War of the Worlds, and he's a creature TD, and he's amazing and so humble. All these guys are very humble about who they are and what they know, and it just went on and on. It was we did ArchViz, we did medical animation, we did one of the ones that I have to mention while I'm in a room full of gamers is that we also did Andrew Greenberg, who he wrote games in the 90s in books like Vampires the Masquerade, and then moved into writing games like Star Trek on the computer, and him talking about that transition and what goes into developing a very cool game or an RPG that can be lasting. So we're going to do future tours, and our videos we're still in editing. They will be up very soon. In fact, we're going to go ahead and post probably within the next week some of the ones that we've done already. But the future tours, like next spring, we'll probably do a West Coast, going from San Diego up to Vancouver and a few other places. And then we'll, the year after that, we'll probably go to Europe and then Asia. And as our connections grow, we're planning these trips. So where can you find us? Well, awooga.com, of course. How easy is that? If you can just remember there's 2 A's. So, and then, so I missed it. What? Oh, yeah. There is, isn't there? I meant at the beginning. I did it on purpose. So anyways, so how has this group helped me? I'm always amongst the first to know about jobs. So if you want to know, this is one of the great places. If you're needing work or if you're needing talent, either one of those situations, this is the place to be. Exposure, I have my own company. It's a small company, but you know what? It's gotten amazing exposure, and I can't tell you how many jobs that my company's gotten by me going to this and occasionally getting up and doing a presentation when nobody else could do one. And I'm always the last one to be called on. And then relationship with Autodesk. So by going to this and participating, I've occasionally Autodesk themselves come in and try to get to know us. And what happens is we've actually been able to give each other suggestions. And there's nothing cooler than like 3D Studio Max being your world, and suddenly the next version, it's got something in it that you suggested. It's a really cool thing when it happens. And then, but most importantly, out of all of it, the coolest thing I've gotten out of it is great friends. So, and a number of them are here tonight. So thank you. That's it. Yeah.